Welcome to Outta Pocket. It's episode 2. We had a great first opening episode for this season 1. We're calling it season 1 because I anticipate there being multiple seasons. We got the same cast of characters this time: Darren Wallace, Chris Wynn, Naiwan Allen. We'll get right into it. Last week we discussed the divisional round of the playoffs and previewed the championship Sunday that was last week. And it was a good couple of games. Well, the first game was pretty solid. Obviously, the later game wasn't so much. We were basically split. Chris, you held it down with the 2-0 on predictions and the winners, but we had the Chiefs and the Titans, Packers and the Niners. So Chris, you obviously had the Niners, and Nye and I had the Packers, mainly because of Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
So
can't deny it.
When how do you feel? What was your opinion of the game? What did you see? What did you like that you saw? What did you not like?
I thought the Niners did a great job to win the game, honestly. I mean, they came out strong. I mean, what was the score? 27-0 by the halftime. They punched them in the mouth. I mean, that's what they're going to do at home. They did what they had to do. Jimmy G didn't do anything, really. He didn't have to do anything. The run game. What were they getting? 8 yards a pop with Mostert?
Yep.
I mean, they were running all over them. Green Bay's defense, it was how were they going to perform and could Rodgers do magic? And neither really happened, so Niners walked away with it. He had a little second half run.
They tried. It was. I mean, it was inevitable that they were going to at least put some points on the board. But I think Aaron kind of did what I didn't want him to do, which was he was too safe, and he didn't take a shot early. Yeah. I think if the Packers took a shot early,
that crazy throw at the end was
that was just
and that was like garbage time.
He had to. He didn't. I don't know, and I don't know if you guys thought this as well, but something about the way Aaron kind of played this season. Doesn't he seem like apathetic? Like he doesn't care. Like
it was a mediocre season.
Well, not even that. Just like his affect.
It was kind of weird because they went under the radar.
Yeah,
like they snuck by all those other teams. No one was really talking about them. They just got in 13-3, which is that's a crazy good record. Yeah. And to have no one talking about him was kind of like, we're just here. We're just. Yeah. But Rodgers is a little laid back. I've seen him do that in past years. But this year it's a little different.
Yeah, it seemed like not even just laid back. It just seemed like he didn't care. Like it was so strange. Like,
but he did say he had fun playing football again. This week he came out, which is good, but he's not showing it.
It doesn't look like he's having fun. But I mean, let's just getting into the numbers of the Packers and 49ers and pulling them up right now. Jimmy Garoppolo, 6 for 8.
So
6
good.
for 8.
77 yards.
104.7 rating though. Like 104.7 rating for what it's worth. Like
for what it's worth.
But yeah, 6 for 8, 77 yards. And the story of the game, like you mentioned, Chris, Raheem Mostert, 29 carries, 220 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 7.6 per carry.
Yeah.
Before this, he had 0 total yards. Like before this game. So
no.
Didn't he?
No.
Oh, no. With the previous teams he played with, he had 0 yards combined.
He got cut 7 times.
He got cut 7 times.
He got injured last year.
He got lucky because
Jarek
McKinnon got injured in the beginning of the season.
Until this season, he had 0 yards for his entire career.
Okay.
And when he was with my Jets, they told him, he would get a chance. They throw him a bone, and we signed a couple guys and kind of just shut him out. So I think this kind of proves what we thought about Green Bay's defense. They're not tough. They're very finesse. They're very opportunistic. And the Niners, I mean, their front line, their running game,
unreal.
Punch in the mouth.
Obviously, we obviously know, the Niners won, the Chiefs won, and we'll get into a little bit more in depth about what we think about the Super Bowl matchup. But just that offensive line and that front four.
Yeah.
For San Francisco.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a scary sight.
like, what do you do? How do you the Niners legitimately don't need to blitz. It's
you get the ball out fast.
Yeah, it's a lot like
those DBs, Sherman back there. You can't get it out that fast.
Like a star.
He's looking good.
It's a lot like the Giants when they won their 2 Super Bowls. Mm-hmm. Like it's just you got a 3-man, 4-man rush and everybody else sit in his zone. Just guard the guy in front. Like it's
Jason Pierre-Paul, 4 fingers or 3, whatever he's got.
He's got 4.
They're missing 4 too.
But the Niners ran away with this one. And as unfortunate as it is, the Packers, as obviously watching, I wanted the Packers to do something, but then once I saw that they weren't, they're throwing screen plays, they're not throwing it down the field. You're not going to beat the 49ers throwing screen passes. That's what they want you to do. Yep. They're going to beat you up. So if you're going to throw screen passes, that plays right into their hands. They couldn't run the ball. Aaron Jones was limited. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers, he was sloppy. I mean, that fumble just looked bad. Like, he just looked
They were harassing him.
Yeah.
That's what they did. They were getting into him, harassing him, making him feel uncomfortable, don't get him set in the pocket. And when he was out of the pocket, they were making plays on him. You know what I mean? And with that coverage so good, him dancing around that much time, it's not going to work every single time.
Yeah, exactly. and
you got to get open.
You know what my question is? Can Jimmy G throw for 100 yards and can they win? I think they can. Honestly,
what do you mean?
I mean, he's gonna have to make big throws late, but I think he could throw for less than 150 yards realistically, and they could win. Still, just because that run. I mean, KC's defense has looked better.
They got a lot better.
With, who came back Frank Clark. Yeah, he came back last week, but I don't know. It's possible.
We'll look at that in a second. Just bringing it back to Aaron real quick before we take a look at Chiefs Titans. For as badly as it looked like he played, and he did play bad, and a lot of it was in garbage time, his numbers looked like 31 for 39. It's
pretty clean.
326, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But it's just like numbers. It's counting, you know. And as much as I hate to,
like Dak Prescott numbers.
Yeah, as much as I hate to make the counting stats, argument against him, because I love Aaron. It was just bad. Yeah. When they weren't taking shots early, that told me all I needed to know about Matt LaFleur and how confident the Packers were. They weren't confident. I don't think they think. I mean, yeah, you can preach that. In practice, we're gonna win. They didn't think they were gonna win. I don't think. It'll be interesting to see what happens with them next year. It'll be interesting to see how Aaron looks moving forward. I don't know. I mean, he's 34, 35, I think. He's already said he's on the back 9. So who knows how many years he's got left. But hey, give the Niners credit.
Have to.
They embarrassed the Packers. So in the first half,
many teams this year.
in the first half of both their games against the Packers, they outscored them 50-0. So that just tells you who has whose number. But going to the AFC, the early game, my boy Pat Mahomes.
Your what? What is he? Your homeboy?
He's
my homeboy.
No pun intended. There. No pun intended. But excuse me. Pat Mahomes, what more can you say about him? And I'm not gonna say he has a flaw. I'm not gonna say he has a flawless game at all. I mean, I think for as incredible as I think he is, I think one of his faults is that he misses a lot of easy throws. Like, he can make so many incredible throws, but there's so many intermediate throws that he'll just miss because you know what I'm saying. Like but he's so spectacular that you forget about that. But the Chiefs, they were playing from behind again, which I thought against the Titans, would be an issue. Yeah. The Titans aren't the Texans. The Texans are so inconsistent. They're such a pop gun team. Like, they can look great for 8 minutes, and then for the next 10 minutes, they can look like they're the worst team in the league. Mm-hmm. The Titans have been consistent, especially in the playoffs. Derrick Henry, 200 yards rushing in the blink of an eye. Exactly. He just beats you up.
And the thing about them is once they get once they get ahead of you, they could just
just pound it,
melt that clock, and then you never know if you're gonna get that ball back.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. But give credit to the Chiefs defense for being a team that's not known. Good. Yeah, for being a team that's not known for playing defense, they got the stops on D that they needed. Frank Clark.
They're gonna get their respect for their defense.
If you told me Henry was only gonna have 70 yards on 20 carries.
Yeah, I mean,
they were ready for him.
Yeah,
a lot of teams were talking we're not scared to tackle him.
Yeah.
Frank Clark called him out in the beginning of the game.
Post-game interview too.
And he said, "I said what I said, and I stuck by it." And
get my ring, he said.
Yeah, you can't
get my ring.
You can't doubt him.
So obviously the story of this game, outside of the Chiefs' defense, and outside of coming from behind, is just Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Would you guys say he's the face of the league right now?
Face?
Yeah.
This is a weird year though. I like that a little bit, but you also have to take in consideration he was injured earlier in the year. So right now, I would say he's the face of the league.
You got the
100%.
I mean, you got the old guys going out,
Yeah,
the new guys going in. You got Lamar.
Actually, I would say Lamar right now.
But Lamar hasn't won a
Lamar's the
playoff
face.
game, though.
But think about it. MVP, like, main player.
Wait,
who are you thinking of first?
Did
most
you
exciting?
guys see him throw
Oh, the
in the
skills
Pro Bowl?
challenge? That was
Oh,
horrendous.
my God.
That was horrendous.
It was
If
pretty,
you guys haven't seen that, check
That
that
was
out.
actually
Oh,
horrendous.
my
The
God.
skills
I'm not
challenge,
gonna-
he dropped 2 points.
Yeah, and he
And
missed
then
the long ball.
The
by-
non-quarterback scored more than him.
You know what this Tennessee Titans teams remind me of a little bit? Jacksonville, when they made that run, kind of.
With Leonard and all of them.
Bortles
yeah.
just made the right throw at the right time, and they had the Fournette
was
and they had a
unstoppable.
great defense, and the Titans had a
That's
good
a good
defense
comparison.
over the thing. So I think their time was enough. They had enough time doing what they had to do, and then it's done. You know what I mean? And then the better team won.
I got a question for you guys. You think that was just a fluke, or you think they're going to be back there?
Who?
The Titans.
You think they're going to keep it rolling?
It's interesting because I think Derrick Henry's a free agent, and I think Tannehill was only on a 1-year deal, so I think he's a free agent as well. Now, what the Titans shouldn't do is, and this might sound crazy, they shouldn't make like Derrick Henry the highest paid running back in the league.
Okay.
Because the NFL, and I mean, there's numbers to support it. You know, running backs are replaceable. The Steelers lost Le'Veon Bell,
Okay.
and James Conner. You can replace him.
Good point.
They've been fine without him. The Chiefs lose Kareem Hunt. They've been fine without him.
Yep.
You know, so I'm not saying that running back is invaluable in any way, shape, or form. If you have a star running back, you know, you should keep him. I think, you know, star running backs are worth something. But, you know, in terms of the NFL, we mentioned it last week, half the league is undrafted. And especially at running back, there's tons of hidden gems at the running back position. So I don't think they should just, you know, give Derrick Henry a blank check. I don't think they should pay Ryan Tannehill too much money either.
No,
I think
definitely not.
if they can keep both of them, by all means, yes. But they have an interesting team. Do I think they'll be back? I don't know. It's
Not
tough to say.
back to the AFC Championship
Yeah,
necessarily,
but-
but like this is a big year for them.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? They're not
Great
used
year.
to
I mean,
being, great year.
They always, I don't know. They just always find a way to go 9-7.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do I think they'll be back? Will they be back in the AFC Championship? Probably not. But will they be 9-7 again? Yeah. Mike Vrabel does a good job of keeping them competitive.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
You know what?
I think they'll be consistent, competitive.
Darren, I agree with you because when's the last time a running back single-handedly led a team to the Super Bowl or they won a team run-based heavy? I couldn't even remember. Couldn't even remember.
You'd have to go back to like maybe.
At the end of the day, it's the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to maybe go back to
So what, like Sean Alexander to
Yeah,
the Super Bowl
like
and with
Sean
Seattle
Alexander or-
against, and they
you know,
still
Emmitt
lost.
Smith and the Cowboys, or
They still had great quarterback, Hasselbeck, Troy
did his
Aikman.
thing, yep.
So I mean, I don't know. The quarterback's the most important position. The running back is great, but it can be replaced. Look at Raheem Mostert. I think that's the best example for most people who have seen this. But
Also look at this box score here. Mahomes is the leading rusher for the Chiefs.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, they're a pass first.
But still, think about it. Like their
that
running
one
back-
run was crazy.
Yeah, it was like a little bit slow
steamrolled,
motion.
We'll
but it was-
we'll talk about that in a second. We're about to give our good buddy Raymond LaForte,
From Ray from Avalon.
Ray from Avalon,
While your party is
Why does he
A
have
phone
this
call.
ringtone, bro?
Hello.
brother Ray.
Hello.
Ray, say hello.
What's going on, baby? Say what's up to the Outta Pocket listeners.
What's going on to the listeners of Outta Pocket? This is Ray LaForte. What's up? What's up, Chris? What's up?
What up,
What's
Ray?
up? What's up, Matt Sean?
Ray, are you ready for the
You all?
championship? You ready for the
What's up?
tourney?
What's Oh, I can't wait.
So Ray, we're right now we're talking about championship weekend. Just real quick, just give us your thoughts on what you saw from the Chiefs, Titans, and the Packers and the Niners, and you know what do you think is on tap for February 2nd?
So, I mean, this is just good against good. So it's just going to be a good offense and a good defense. But I just think that QB for the Chiefs, man, he's just something I've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So so like I think it's just going to be. I mean, if he starts flinging the rock, and I think he's going to just take control of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So
on the other end, the Niners. I mean, obviously, if Mahomes, if they let him run free and start throwing the ball, you know, all over the field, it could get ugly for him. But I mean, that front four for the Niners, they're pretty deadly, right? What do you expect from the Niners?
Yeah, I mean, that front four is also the best in the league. So it's just one has to overcome the other.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's going to be really, really fun to watch. But I hope, I hope the Chiefs can get it done. Because I think Pat Mahomes is the best ever, like, already.
Ray, you're not alone. You're not alone with that,
Max Kellerman.
You're not alone with that. But no, I agree with you too. I think from what I've seen, and you could call it an exaggeration, and I know he hasn't won anything. Whatever.
Too early.
I'm just talking.
It's too early.
I'm talking pure talent.
Yes,
we have never ever seen a guy at that position.
I'm telling you,
doing what he's
Patrick
doing.
Mahomes will win 8 rings. He will win.
Stop that! Stop that!
Like,
Stop that!
You're out of pocket, bro. You're out of pocket, bro.
All right, so after
now
this
he's gonna
year,
break this down.
So after this year, he needs 5 more to tie the GOAT already.
Who's the GOAT?
Tom Brady.
Yep.
He's the GOAT.
Right.
Tom Brady's the GOAT. Like, it hurts me. It pains me because, like, Boston, I can't stand them. Like, he is the GOAT. Like, Tom Brady's the GOAT. Like, it's all right.
Ray, I can't stand Boston either.
After Patty Mahomes wins this year, he needs 5 more. And, like, his offense is loaded.
He's
24, 25.
This is his 4th or his 3rd year.
This is
his third.
This is unreal.
Third.
No, he could easily,
and
not
he didn't
easily,
play
but
his
he could
first
get.
year. He didn't play his
Yeah,
first
he
year.
could get.
No, he had 1 start versus the Broncos.
Yeah, end of the season. Yeah.
First start.
That he did win. He won that game.
He won that game, and then obviously, like last year, like we know what he did: 50 touchdowns. I mean, which is unbelievable. MVP already.
Yep.
MVP already. Do you know who doesn't have one? That's like one of the best of all time. Breeze.
Wow.
For the Saints.
Actually,
he's
never won an MVP.
I didn't
never
know
won
that.
a regular season MVP.
I didn't know that.
Also, Drew Brees. I think there's been 10 5,000-yard seasons, and Drew Brees has literally half of them, and he's never won MVP.
That's crazy.
He has 5,000-yard seasons.
That's shocking.
He's
actually.
never won MVP.
I'm just saying it's just a stat. Like he won it at 23 years old, which is unbelievable.
How old's Lamar right now? 22, 23. How old is Lamar?
They're the same age. Or no,
he's
Lamar's a year younger. So he's
Lamar's
like
22 or 23. One of the two.
Yeah.
But then, like, that argument is flawed because he's nowhere near the talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Way better quarterback.
So,
I agree.
so Ray,
Breeze is like in a different world than him. So
Ray,
Lamar,
it brings up an intriguing question. I don't know if it was you, Win, who asked me, or somebody else. Should the NFL consider the postseason when awarding MVP? Because if you look at the regular season, far and away Lamar Jackson, easily Lamar Jackson.
Easily.
But then when you watch the playoffs, some people would say, well, you got to give it to Mahomes. So do you think, and considering that the awards are announced before the Super Bowl, what do you think?
He still will. He still had the better year, and I know he lost in the first round. Not the first round, the first game like that they played. But I still think that he definitely should have won it. Like he was changing the game this year,
exactly,
and that's what the award is all about.
Yeah.
But I still think the playoffs should be in consideration.
Yeah.
So
he agrees.
Yeah,
Wow.
so you agree. Wow,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
I agree, but I still think that was he had an unreal year. I don't think he should be defined from that one.
Oh no, absolutely.
To be honest,
I saw coming, by the way, that I saw it.
I disagree. I disagree with that because the NFL, I feel like the 17 games they play matters more than the NBA doing 82. I mean, I feel like in NBA, 40 of the games players don't even come to play. They're going into New York or LA. They're drinking heavy the other before. They're playing with Kendall Jenner, Kylie Jenner. They're doing whatever they got to do.
James Harden, after he lost,
Kyle Kuzma's with Vanessa Hudgens in New York. Like,
James
you think he's ready to play the Knicks? Get the hell out of here.
Kuzma's 25, man. She's 31. Like that. Oh man, I'm jealous of him.
Ray wishes he was Zac Efron.
He looks like Juntao from Rush Hour with the blonde hair. But he's pulling it off.
I think NBA should have the playoffs included. I think because think about it.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a longer.
That's definitely. And what's the playoffs like? You could play 24 games almost.
Well, Ray, that could impact your boy Luka. Because I don't think they're going to be doing anything in the playoffs. So his strongest MVP argument is the regular season.
I mean, wait. This has nothing
only
to do
Jersey
with that,
fan. Only Jersey guy fan of Dallas.
I just wanted to bring this up. All-Star MVP Luka. I'm telling you.
All right, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let's see, Darren, what do you think?
We'll get
predictions
we'll
for
get
the Super
there.
Bowl. Let's hear that.
No, we're gonna hold off on that.
Right.
We're holding off on that because obviously we got the Pro Bowl. We got a week, so next week we'll make our Super Bowl predictions before the big game on Sunday. But moving on to a new topic, Ray. Ray from Avalon, avid Giants fan, avid Giants supporter,
Dallas Mavericks fan from Jersey. No one can figure that out.
No one understands that, but he is a Giants fan. And Ray, a Giant legend, has recently called it quits. The king of average. He finished with 117 regular season record.
500 too, right?
Yeah.
Elijah.
He's got two Super Bowl championships, 2 Super Bowl MVPs. Eli Manning, Ray. I'll give you the floor. Tell me what Eli Manning's career meant to you, just as a fan. Obviously, you saw 2 Super Bowls, and he was the quarterback. The most important position in the most important sport, winning the most important game. So tell me what Eli means to you, and how he'll be defined in terms of his legacy.
And he's a Hall of Famer too.
He means the world. I started to watch them in 2005. It was the first full year that I became a fan of the New York Football Giants.
The New York Football Giants.
The New York Football Giants, and he was everything. He was the whole franchise, and just never missing a game. The streak he had, I believe, was 232. I believe something like that. So he was just the king. The best ability is availability. So I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. But he was just unbelievable. And the one stat that I always say, 5-2 on the road in the playoffs.
Wow,
that's a good on the
stat. Road. No, 5-2 on the road as an underdog.
What was the year they were undefeated on the road? What year was that?
Was that 2011?
2007.
When they had to play Green Bay.
Yeah,
in that freezing game.
Undefeated on the road, right?
Undefeated on the road,
and they ended up beating.
They were on the road every game.
Wild card.
The analysts on Fox before the game would always pick against them.
Wow.
And every game for 4 straight games, and Fox had the Super Bowl that year. So obviously the Super Bowl versus the Pats. So those guys went
undefeated Pats.
Before.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
undefeated on the road.
And before they
overall.
Yeah, the guys on the pregame show picked against the Giants every game that year, in the playoffs. That was funny. But he the one stat was 7-2 in the playoffs as an underdog and 5-2 on the road, as an underdog that's just unbelievable. He had 2 2-minute drives in the Super Bowl versus the GOAT. I just in the sport, it's the ultimate team game, and he was clutch when it mattered the most. I know he was he wasn't good at times, he was bad at times, led the
showed up when it mattered though.
Interceptions three times, but he showed up when it mattered, and I think he's a Hall of Famer for beating the GOAT twice, two Super Bowl MVPs. Only 4 other guys could say that. So I mean,
definitely,
he's a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I agree.
So Ray, I'm not gonna say he's not gonna be in the Hall of Fame. He probably will be. First ballot.
But you don't think first
I don't know.
ballot?
But probably not first ballot. Because to me, I'm gonna read this off to you, and you just tell me what you think. So
let me know the numbers.
Yeah. So in Eli's career,
let him know.
2004, no playoffs. 2005 made the playoffs, lost their first game.
Lost.
2006,
22-3 or 0, right? We got shut out.
Something like that.
Yeah, 22-0.
2006 made the playoffs, lost
to Philly.
Yep.
In wild card.
2007.
Lost on a field goal.
2007, obviously, magical run, upset the undefeated.
Yeah, but listen,
Patriots.
but this is the problem. People try to downplay that. People try to downplay that.
I'm not giving my opinion yet.
You. Yeah, I'm not saying you. Everyone tries to downplay. What he did that year was literally unbelievable. It like it means more than just one run. Like that could equal like 3 runs, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
no, I agree. But no, I'm not gonna harp on that yet. I'm just reading you off, his career. 2008, after winning that Super Bowl, one and done.
That was no. Listen, like, wait, this is where I have to say a couple things. We were 11-1. We were 11-1 that year. Probably, like, that was the best team the Giants ever had. That 11-1. After the win at Arizona, Plexico's last game, like the dude shoots himself in the leg,
himself?
just like,
oh my god,
just ruins the season. Yo, if Plex was back, like if he didn't shoot himself, like we would have went back to back. So we were 11-1.
If he didn't shoot himself, I love that.
And then
was that by accident?
Absurd.
Yeah, fully by accident.
It's absurd to say. And then so we were 11-1. So then the final 4 games we finished 1-3. Still had home field, and we got upset by Philly, by the Donovan McNabb-led Philadelphia Bird. Yeah,
Bird gang
in the playoffs. Yeah, so like we would have had home field for the NFC Championship versus the Cardinals, and I feel like we would have at least made the Super Bowl that year. So I mean, that year was tough.
Well, they didn't.
What happened?
So,
in
2009, the Giants missed the playoffs. 2010, the Giants missed the playoffs again, and then 2011 again. Obviously,
2010, we lost to the Eagles. We were gonna win the East, but then we blew a 31-10 lead.
Was that the Mike Vick?
That was Mike Vick,
Sean Jackson.
The miracle at the Meadowlands. Part 2.
I was there, and I hear my family like yelling, like, "No, let's go!" Because I loved
that was
Vic.
Lamar Senior. Vic.
Lamar Senior.
Deshaun Jackson dancing on the 1-yard line for like 15
Yeah.
seconds. That was crazy.
So I was at that game, and
he was crying.
Ray was definitely in tears.
That was a long ride back to Avalon.
But then what happened?
The car
next
was
year?
dead silent.
What happened the next year?
And then in 2011, another Super Bowl for the Giants.
That was probably the worst team that ever won a Super Bowl. Had to be.
Not the Broncos in 2015?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
16?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No, we were. It's tough. The offense was better than the Buccaneers for sure.
Mm.
But they had that defense that was legendary.
But yeah, so yeah, they obviously go to the Super Bowl, beat the Patriots again. 2012 missed the playoffs. 2013 missed the playoffs. 2014 missed the playoffs. 2015 missed the playoffs. 2016 made the playoffs, and Odell goes on to Miami to vacation before the game
With
and
Trey
then sucks.
Songs.
Trey.
And then
Timberlands.
With Trey.
Who do you love?
And
Remix.
loses.
Who do you love? Yeah.
And then
Lewis was there too.
2017 missed the playoffs. 2018.
Wait, hang on, Darren. So in that playoff game in Lambeau Field, he was 2-0 before that game, and he absolutely brought it. Was throwing lasers.
He was playing really good that game. I agree.
Odell on the first drive, 3rd and 5 out route in his hand.
That's a true Giant fan.
Yeah, he knows every play.
Odell fade route, like the next drive, drop in the end zone.
Oh yeah, he was. I remember this. Yeah.
We were and we had to settle for field goals. We were just driving, like up 6-0. It should have been 21-0. Honestly, like it should have been 21-0. Oh my! It just would have changed the game. And then you can't give a talent like Rodgers like second lives. Like he will burn you. Like he does a lot.
And he's a Giant killer. Rodgers always lights up the Giants.
Yeah, except in the playoffs when he went 15-1.
My God.
Yo, like you could go 15-1 and just lose your first game
in the
playoffs to the Giants.
So Ray, so obviously you think he's a Hall of Famer. Would it be? But I have to ask.
He did have bad years.
And I kind of agree with Doug Gottlieb on his take because people call him clutch, but like, I mean, yeah, he's like, was he clutch only when they win? Like, okay, like was he clutch like 2 seasons? You know, like I don't know.
But like what can you say to the 2 drives versus the pass in the Super Bowl? Like what's your like explanation to that?
I'm not. I think
Manningham.
I think you can't. Everyone will say it. You can't tell the story of the NFL. Yeah, no, you can't tell the story of the NFL without mentioning Eli Manning because he beat, or rather, he and the Giants pass rush beat the undefeated New England Patriots to stop him from going a perfect 19-0.
I agree. Like in the first one, like that pass rush was unbelievable.
Yeah,
like
and
Strahan's my favorite of all time.
Yeah, and
like,
that Mario
favorite giant of
Manningham
all time.
pass and catch is probably the best throw in Super Bowl history. I don't think I've ever seen a more perfectly placed ball in any. And again, this is coming from a Patrick Mahomes like stan, like the biggest Patrick Mahomes fan, but maybe second to Shannon Sharp. But like
Mahomes throws it with his head. Like
yeah, Mahomes puts it anywhere. But that throw is nutty. But at the same time, like, is he going to be a Hall of Fame? Is Eli Manning going to be a Hall of Famer? More likely than not, yeah, like absolutely. But
I think he should. But like, I think we can't compare him to like guys that he didn't play against. I think we should compare him to the guys that he went up against, and like in most of those years, he was up there. He was up there. Mm-hmm. Look at his like career stats, like 7th in yards. I think he's top 10 in touchdowns. Like he's like yo, and like the numbers support him too. Like he has it. Yeah, he led the NFL in INTs 3 years. Like that's not good. But like when it mattered most, like he showed up. Like that's what I think that's what the game is all about. Like can you show up when your team needs you? And like he just showed that time and time again.
Right.
In my opinion.
Right, Ray from Avalon, everyone. Ray, we really appreciate you for coming on the pod today. Hopefully, we can do another collab down the road. But
yeah, like definitely call me. Yeah, call me back when we're
call me next
about
week, Rice.
All-Star weekend. Like I love. Like that's my favorite weekend of the year. One of it's
Ray,
great.
Outta Pocket All-Star Weekend.
Ray,
best shooting guard in Syracuse University history.
Ray, we will be in touch
with the arm sleeve.
Yeah, and if you guys want to make money, Luka Doncic, All-Star MVP.
What's the odds, Ray? What's the odds? I know you know the odds already.
No, I haven't looked at the odds.
Check the odds.
I thought about it before I took this call, but I really think he'll win the MVP. Just think about it. He could pass, he could shoot, and he could rebound.
And he's got great hair.
Who won last year?
LeBron.
Yeah. No. Braun won it 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
So Giannis won it last year?
No, they lost. Braun's team won last year, I think.
No, Braun won it last year.
No, but Braun's team
Russ
won, so Giannis
before.
couldn't win.
Yeah. But yeah. Ray, thanks for taking our call today, brother. We will definitely be hearing from you.
Yeah, like definitely next week we'll talk All-Star.
Yep. All right, take it easy.
All right, Ray, be good.
All right, love you guys. Peace.
What a character.
Ray from Avalon, ladies and gentlemen. Quite a character. So fellas, we've definitely had a packed show early on. You know, talking a lot of football,
a lot of stats,
a lot of numbers,
guys like
a lot of football.
encyclopedia.
Yeah, the guy. Ray,
he could write a giant history.
Ray knows everything about
Giants history book. He could write it.
The Giants.
You know what got me good when he goes, the 2005 Giants 22-0 against Carolina Panthers.
Like what?
Jesus.
So we've been talking mostly football so far, but we're gonna shift gears here. We kind of started joking about some basketball at the end, but let's go to the NBA, and we're gonna look at a pretty important player, I think, for the NBA moving forward. Made his career debut.
Oh yeah.
On what was it? Thursday night, Wednesday night.
What's today? Saturday?
Yeah,
I think it was
Thursday.
Yeah.
No, Wednesday had to be.
Well,
Had to be Wednesday because he took a game off Thursday, played last night. Wednesday night.
It was.
They should have won that game too.
Versus Spurs, you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was his debut.
That was his debut.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It was
That
Wednesday
fourth
night.
quarter was crazy.
Yeah, Wednesday night,
God.
January 22nd. Zion Williamson makes his NBA debut. He had 22 points. And obviously scored that. He went on that crazy spurt where he scored 17 straight for the Pelicans in like 3 minutes. So, first off, Nye, we'll start with you. What were your thoughts while you were watching? You watched the game, right?
Of course.
So, what were your thoughts watching the game? And do you agree? Allegedly, there were reports saying that Zion wanted to stay in the game when they were making a push to try and win. Do you think it was the smart thing for Coach Alvin Gentry to take him out.
All right, so I'll start with that part. Honestly, everyone as a competitor wants to stay in the game when the game's on the line, but the coach didn't want to put him in I guess it was too early to throw him in the spotlight or throw him into the Wolves.
It was because medical reasons.
Yeah, exactly. You got to play smart, and it's not like this is the national championship game or like the NBA Finals Game 7. Like, it's just a regular season game. I understand it's his first start. You want to keep the players happy, but I think it was smart for the coach to pull him out. If that's what the coach thought was best, then let's go with it.
Yeah.
Keep him healthy and let him play for the next game.
Yeah.
As far as his first start goes, I think it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Obviously, it started off a little bit slow. You see all the memes on Twitter. Oh, Zion Williamson's playing?
Yeah.
Question mark? Like, it's his first start. Let him get accustomed to the game. And then when he did, hitting more threes than Ben Simmons done in his whole career.
Yeah,
like,
true.
let the kid get used to it. And it's his first start. I'm excited to see him go for a little run in the NBA for sure. I was really excited about this first start. It was about time.
You know what's crazy? I think, honestly, if you weighed him in the game before, he looked like 300 pounds almost.
Yeah.
Like,
Seriously.
he is a body.
He's big,
oh my
but he
God.
moves. It's
he
weird.
was moving. I mean, did you see last night when
the
he
block?
the
Oh my
blocked
God.
the thing to the bleachers?
6 row.
I was
bro.
talking to someone last night, and like they were like, it's not that crazy. I was like, you know how crazy it is to go vert off 2 feet,
how
and then
heavy
punch
he
it
is?
to the 4th row?
And how heavy he is.
destroyed that
Who
shot.
else have you seen that do that? Maybe Gobert and
like Ben Wallace or
and
something, or
Ben
Dwight.
Wallace and Dwight Howard. Those guys are 7 feet. He's 6'6",
and
blocking
heavy.
that stuff.
It's not like he's like light.
Oh yeah,
jumping
he's
up, like.
But his first performance,
I'm watching. I'm like, yo, he looks kind of fat. Like,
he was waddling out there and he was giving people buckets. That was
It's the gumbo down there.
Yeah, Jesus, take it easy, get a diet. or something.
Gumbo.
He
Twitter
can't even
was
stay
active.
awake on the bench when he was suited up the other night. But
Crazy.
on a real note, his first performance was crazy. Actually, I haven't seen something like that in a while. I mean,
What do you have? 22.
he had
Yeah, finished with
22,
22.
17 in 3 minutes. I mean,
8
the
for
guy.
11, 4 for 4.
The biggest
Wow.
question mark, could he shoot that set shot? And that set shot it's gross.
It's
honestly.
ugly.
It's not a
It's
shooter
back-
shot.
It's not a
It's a
shooting
back
shot.
shot.
Yeah,
He's not shooting-
lefty Draymond, I think.
I don't know if you guys ever watch 5,000 Hours, but what's his name? Devin Williams. He always
10,000.
10,000. Excuse me, 10,000 Hours. He's always talking about guys that shoot and whether or not their shots look like shooters makes. And Zion's shots, they were not shooters makes. Those were ugly, like flat, flat jumpers. Hey, he hit him. You know,
It was like shooting practice, though. They're gonna eventually close out on him.
Eventually, they're gonna
But you know
close
what?
out. They're gonna force him
He's
to.
athletic as hell. I mean, everyone knew that coming in, but
Yep.
wow, he's crazy for that. But I don't know. That was a special performance, special player. I hope Zion, the best in the future, stay healthy because the weight's gonna be an issue. He's gonna have to get down there like 250. I mean, it's cool because he's 19. What about when he's 23, 24, 25?
Yeah.
He's gonna have to be.
True.
You can't maintain 285. The
feel like
legs are only gonna get weaker.
But look what Braun did. Remember, Braun was a little bit
Yeah,
heavier.
he was a little
then
heavier.
He redid his whole body. Got on a new.
Those guys are once in a
Yeah,
million athletes
exactly.
too. Zion.
So he
Zion
needs to
and Braun.
definitely get like a nutritionist and
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
slimming down a little bit.
You
become
know
a little
why
bit more
I
athletic.
noticed he got bigger? Because his face got wider.
Yeah,
That's a
it did.
telltale sign usually. It's like you get the fat face. When
How do you think? What is it? Just him growing, or is it just like
Well, I
him
mean, he's
taking
19.
time off?
He's 19.
I think-
He's just a kid. He's a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy to say because I'm only 22.
Yeah.
But like, he's a kid. He's not
Yeah.
even 20 yet. So, obviously, the first half shaky.
he had no rhythm. Though,
I think
in his
he
defense.
didn't have rhythm, and obviously he's out of shape. And as much as you can say, oh, he's out of shape. Realistically, the only way to get in NBA game shape is to be
play,
playing
yeah,
NBA
exactly.
games. So, I think you got to look at it like this. What you got out of his debut, it's like that's for as random and maybe sporadic as it seemed. That's kind of what he can give you. He'll give you flash. He'll give you a spark. He'll give you guys wanted to play for him. Guys wanted to rally behind him.
Zoe looked good with
you know,
him.
Zoe
and
did
just
look
his
good with him.
first game, he's got guys that are rallying behind him. The 19-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, I think in his first 2 games, he's plus 16 on the floor, and I think in those games, Brandon Ingram's like minus 14. Drew Holiday is only like plus 2. Like he's by far and away been their most important player in just the 2 games he's played.
I think what impressed me the most was he was guarding the 5.
Yeah.
I never saw. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I didn't watch enough college football. I don't remember him.
Oh,
I
I'm a
remember
Duke
playing
fan.
him.
He was guarding everybody. He was guarding everybody.
You know,
Hold on a
when
second.
he was
Hold on a second.
Hurdle, though, that
Darren
was
just said
impressive.
he's a Duke fan.
Yes, I've been a Duke fan.
Goes to Syracuse.
I've been a Duke
In the
fan.
ACC.
I've been a Duke fan my entire life.
I just had to double check.
Let's wait. But let's address this.
Go on to the receipts.
Because
Pull
let's
up
no,
the
no, no.
receipts.
Let's
Where's
address
the- where's
this.
the
Let's
flicks?
address this really quick. While we're on the topic of Zion and Duke go hand in hand. So obviously Syracuse plays Duke next Saturday, and I'll be wearing Duke apparel.
No.
But
Stop.
I've been a Duke fan
Exiled.
since I was a child, and it's a one-sided rivalry.
It is.
Who
Okay,
from
but you
Duke?
gotta keep the pride. It's like, come on.
But who from Duke seriously cares about anyone from Syracuse? Duke doesn't look at Syracuse and thinks, "Oh,
5 in a row
did
today."
did Syracuse win?" No, Syracuse has a whole website called "Did Duke Win?" Like Duke doesn't care about Syracuse.
I
But
agree.
I've been a Duke fan since I was a little kid. JJ Redick and them boys.
Yeah.
The shooting, Coach
Paul
K,
Singleton. or whatever.
legendary coach. I've always been a
John
Duke
Shire,
fan because my
Nolan
favorite
Smith.
color when I was a kid was blue. So when I watched Sports Center, I'm like, oh, the Blue Devils. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I like Duke. But let's not freak out acting like I'm insane because again, Syracuse moved into the conference that Duke is in. So it's not like we can't just move into their conference
stayed
and
in the
then
Big
claim
East.
that's our rival. No, Duke's rival is UNC. So
Yeah.
let's just get that out of the way. But back to Zion. I think his concern moving forward is obviously the jump shot and just the pressure he puts on his ligaments and his joints. Because like you
Exactly. I was
said,
just about to get back to that.
he's 285 pounds. That's
Especially
tough.
with
That's
dunking.
tough. Yeah, that's tough. You know, and his
Coming
so
down
much
on those knees every single time.
So
yeah.
much of his game is torque and quick twitch muscles and quick body movements. You know, I can't imagine him maintaining 285. Somebody's gonna get on him and make him lose that weight. I don't even think the Pelicans wouldn't allow him to stay 285 forever.
I think we're overreacting on the weight part for sure.
I
I think like it'll get fixed like
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to become a
if he's
bigger
in the
problem.
league, if he's in the league long enough, somebody's gonna
He's
get
not
his weight right.
He's not Perkins.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
he'll
somebody
be
is
fine.
gonna get his weight right,
Yeah.
and he'll be
He's gonna
at a
look like
comfortable
Big
playing
Baby
weight.
Davis
Yeah, exactly.
out there.
Yeah. So he'll be fine. His weight'll be okay. He'll get straight.
Keto diet, maybe. I don't
But
know.
I genuinely liked what I saw. I think in the beginning he looked like a guy that was trying to figure out what he's gonna get, how he's gonna score in the league. Because LeBron, when he made his debut, for a guy that people said, oh, can he score? He's just such a rare talent that when he got going, you know, he figured out how he's gonna score in the league. Zion, because he doesn't have a jumper yet, he was figuring out where am I going to get my buckets? Where am I going to make my money? And I think once he did, and then I think just give him credit for having the confidence to take
To
those
shoot
shots.
the three,
Because
yeah.
I think it would have been more interesting to see what would have happened had he missed those shots.
Yeah.
Say he missed that first three,
Yeah.
then it's like, does he have the confidence to take the second one?
Yeah.
I think his
a good
mindset.
point.
The thing is, though, in his mind, I mean, Coach K was drawing up plays for them. Well, he not really. He didn't really get a lot of plays drawn for him.
Barrett was more of the
But
primary.
Barrett was more of the guy that they were drawing plays for. But Zion was never hesitant to shoot
the three, yeah,
the three
which is crazy.
when he needed to. So I mean, if they're going to disrespect him like that, he's not going to go out there and be like Ben Simmons and does not even shoot it. You know, he's going to have that confidence to at least look at the basket and try to shoot it. But overall, I'm thoroughly impressed
Yeah,
with what I
me too.
saw. I think Zion, and then in his second game, again, I think he only played 17, 18 minutes, but still in those 17, 18 minutes, he scored 15 points. And again, still trying to figure out where's he going to make his money. Overall, I
he
can't
can
be mad at what
find
I've seen. Yeah, 21.
just a somewhat
I'm looking at his line right
three,
now. Yeah, 20.
right? Just
yeah,
like
if he can find
shoot
just
like
a
30% and just
Yeah.
think you like.
Oh my God!
think he's gonna
if he
shoot.
shoots 30 or 35% from three for his career,
Yeah.
oh my God!
Yeah, it's gonna be scary.
Oh my God!
Did JJ come back for them yet or no?
Yeah,
Yeah, he played last game. He
He
played
comes
last
off the
game.
bench though.
He
I
played
think.
last game. Came off the bench.
They might have to trade. But
Wait, real quick before I know where you're gonna go.
Right.
But real quick in Zion's second game, 21 minutes, 7 for 9 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 6 rebounds, no assists, and 15 points. He had 15 points in 21 minutes and shot 7 for 9. So again, he'll have to figure out where his money's gonna come from. I think the next step for him is not just a jumper, but being able to shoot a jump shot stopping, like
Yeah.
being able to drive, stop,
pull-up.
pull up. Yeah, I think that's where he can really start to make his money, not just shooting the threes, but just being able to stop and hit a pull up. But when you mentioned JJ Redick, so You tell me where
actually,
we're going
before
from there.
JJ Redick, I got to go back because this was bothering me. With Alvin Gentry,
that
is a big game to win, actually. I got to disagree with that because I think about it, they're fighting to get that 8 seed. The Spurs have, 2 or 3 games on them? So they take a loss, you take a win, you're moving up. And they're trying to make a playoff push. They've been vocal about it because they were going to make a move at the deadline, and then I think they went 11-6 in their last 17. So
they've been heating up, too.
They've been playing good
that
ball.
Is true,
It just you need to win every game in the West.
True,
you know what I mean? So
especially
longevity, it's like 50-50. Yeah. I mean, the kid's 19. That's the way I look at it. He's 19. Let him play. You know what I mean? I could see he was 28. Yeah. Like, he's 19. You know what I mean? Let him play.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, if I'm going to get 17, 18 minutes of Zion now, that's fine. I think for as much as, you want to win, I think you do have to, because, you don't know. He's gotten hurt in every single, stage. He got hurt in college. He got hurt in the summer league. He got hurt in training camp, and now you don't want him to then get hurt in the regular season. So I think if you can play, if he gets hurt, even in the short minutes he plays, then that's just it's unfortunate. Obviously, I would never wish injury on any player. But if he happens to get hurt in his short spurts, so be it. It's just it's sports. Injuries happen, but I think. Ultimately, I think Coach Gentry made the tough decision, but I think he made the right decision. I think you extend him, especially at end of games. You're fighting hard. You're diving for loose balls. You're making sudden cuts because you're going that much harder. I think taking him out and avoiding those kind of situations, I think was a safer option, and it'll probably pay off. I hope it'll pay off moving forward.
Yep.
But moving on, when you mention JJ Redick, we're gonna get into a little bit of IG / fashion controversy. JJ Redick was quoted as saying, there's just too much stuff. This is a direct quote from JJ Redick on his podcast with Tommy Alter. He says, there's just too much stuff going on. There's too many people in your ear. There's not enough time in the day. Probably for some guys, they've got Fortnite to go to. They've got to worry about getting a fit off for pregame. This is an issue. I really believe this. I think there's more guys concerned with getting a pregame fit on Instagram than they are worrying about the win and loss of a basketball game. I stand by that statement. So where do you guys fall on that line? I think obviously fashion. That's facts. Fashion has made such a big splash in the NBA. I mean, obviously there's a League Fits Instagram that every night is posting different guys, what they're wearing, and everybody's trying to wear their best designer, their best fit on a given night.
Shoes.
Obviously,
Kuzma just re-signed his contract with GOAT. I think
GOAT,
Yeah.
Chris Paul's in the cowboy hats. Yeah. So, what do you guys think about JJ Redick's quote? And what is your opinion on the state of fashion in the NBA? I think the NBA fashion is a little strange. It's a little unique, but you guys can start.
I mean, the best example I could give was the Rockets. I mean, the Rockets probably PJ Tucker, Westbrook, and Harden.
Oh, PJ Tucker's a sneaker god.
Every night.
Sneaker
it's
god.
Like, I understand what JJ Redick's saying. I think these guys, honestly, I don't want to say narcissistic, but it's like an ego thing too.
Yeah.
Like, just you're playing ball. I mean, I always went like this. You look good, you feel good, you play good. I understand that. I understand that concept. But
prime time.
When it gets to the Instagram and stuff, it's just corny. Like, you're going out there to play.
Yeah.
So what if you look like that and you get 6 points? Like, what did you prove? What did you prove?
PJ's been in those situations before.
You gotta what? 2 corner threes? I can get 2 corner threes in the NBA today. I mean,
give you 7 buckets.
7 buckets.
Consistently.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I agree with JJ Redick said that perfectly. He's an old school guy, Duke guy. He's a smart guy, and he hit that.
Duke guy.
I specifically agree with like the Fortnite part of it. Like Josh Hart is very like I follow him on Twitter. I don't know if you guys do, but he's very like, oh, Fortnite. Oh, I'm playing here. Share my video here. It's all good and stuff. Like I don't have any problem with playing video games, but it's like, go get some shots up in the
gym. In the gym. You think Kobe was?
Yeah.
And I hate Kobe. I'm the biggest Kobe hater. You think
You're
Kobe?
A Kobe hater?
Yeah, I hate Kobe. He's the most overrated player, I think, in a while. But we'll get into that later, another day. But get in the gym.
Yeah.
Get in the gym.
It goes for Ben Simmons too, like we were talking about last week. Like he's always posting on Instagram.
Go in the
pictures.
gym, find a jump shot, then play Fortnite.
Exactly. Once you got it, then you can mess around, do whatever you want.
Fortnite's always going to be there.
Yep.
After when you're out of the league, off season, go get some shots up. Go play with Joel Embiid. Make them happy. Go try to find a way to win in Philadelphia.
Agree.
So, I don't know. Darren, what do you think?
Agree.
Your thoughts?
I just said about the JJ with the Fortnite.
Okay. Oh, so that's your.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think fashion. I've become more I guess, fashion conscious. I think in recent years, I never really. Like in you knew, like in high school, I was wearing like gym shorts to school like every day and like sweatpants.
Gym shorts, Nike Elite socks,
yeah,
not Darren.
23 Jump Street.
But I'm just saying,
I was just wearing like sweatpants and gym shorts
moccasins
to school every day. Yeah. But then as time
League fits,
as time goes on, I think you become a little more conscious of what you're wearing.
As you get older too.
Yeah, I think just in general, as you get older, you become more conscious of what you're wearing. And then obviously going to Syracuse, there's so many people with just an abundance of money that everybody cares about what they wear. Shout out, Alex. Yeah, Alex Glass is the king of the clouded fits. He's got the
Warren
WL,
Lotus.
he's got the Dior, he's got whatever. So I think the NBA, I think it's fun. I think it's fun. Yeah. I think you mentioned it earlier. Look good, feel good, play good. Yeah. The only way to feel good is to look good. The only way to play good is to feel good. But so it all starts with looking good.
Let me cut you off for a second, but it's also like they know they're gonna be seen. You know what I mean? It's not like a high school game where you're pulling up with like a backpack on, like changing with your whatever your coach had to make you wear a tie or whatever. But it's like they know those cameras gonna be there. They don't want to look like a slob. Like so, it's kind of like we're just saying it from our view, like go play in the gym or whatever, go get some shots up. But
it's easy to say.
Exactly. But if you're in their shoes, you want to look good too. Cameras everywhere.
And you got millions of dollars.
Exactly. That's why I didn't disagree with the clothing part, just the Fortnite part.
But I mean, some of these fits are like. I mean, they're fire. Tyler Hero, you seen Tyler Hero dress?
That's a goat.
Yo, Tyler Hero's a fit god. Russell Westbrook, absurd sometimes, but he gets some fits off. Jordan Clarkson, clean. Devin Booker. Peep the Nike
Kelly
Air.
Oubre.
Peep the Nike Air hockey jersey.
If you haven't
John Morant gets some fits off.
I don't mean to cut you up, but if you haven't, go into Kelly Oubre's Instagram comments and then just look at the talk to me later because it is hilarious.
We'll talk later. We'll talk later.
People be in there. I hope my girl doesn't see this. That's like the greatest, bro.
Take this down, bro.
Look at this coat. I mean, the coat is goated.
You see this coat?
Tyler Hero's goated. Do you see this coat? Like, come on. Kyle Kuzma, regular on League Fits.
No, but sometimes
sometimes he's out of his mind. Sometimes I think
he's dating Vanessa Hudgens or going out on dates with her, so he can do whatever he wants to.
Is that not disrespectful to Vanessa Hudgens' ex? Wasn't she like just with some guy?
Yeah, they were like together
for 9 years, and now like already
she's wilding out now.
Yeah.
Is that disrespectful?
Yeah.
Like, am I tripping?
I mean.
With Kuzma?
Was it confirmed that they were actually split at that time, or has it been for a while?
Just split. I think they just split.
Wow.
I think they just split. And they were together for a minute.
So she's going to the never mind.
Low key fit legend, and Alexis Osei. Nah, you know who that is. She'll appreciate this. Kevin Love, he pulls off some fits.
Yeah. Kevin Love had the worst haircut in the 2018 finals of all time. I don't know what barber he was seeing, but I don't know what he was doing. Yeah. He had the worst fade from high to low I've ever seen.
He pulls off some fits now.
Fits.
He's clean now.
So who would you put as your worst dresser?
Worst and best dress?
And best. Darren started off.
I think worst dress is James Johnson. Of the Miami Heat.
He's still on the team?
Yeah.
Bro, he's been there for like...
Have you guys seen his like tin foil fit?
Yeah, he's wild.
And people wonder who Deion Waiters was getting the edibles from.
Yeah.
I think best dressed in the league, that's a tough one. I'm going to go best dressed, I will say... Wow, it's tough. It's so tough. I'm going to go best dressed.
Put you on the spot, huh?
Best dressed, we're going to go... Who do I want to say? I'm going to go with... Because he more fits what I like to see in a fit. So I'm going to go with Iman Shumpert.
Wow, that's good.
I'm going to go Iman Shumpert.
That's a sleeper pick there.
Because he can mix it up. He can go with the super casual with the sweats, but like a really expensive top.
That's what I was thinking.
Or he can go like suit, like just really wow you with a suit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's signed right now. I think he's on a team right now. But either way, I got to go Iman Shumpert for my best dress. Also, shout out my dad, who was friends with a former significant other of Iman. So he was in the hospital room when Iman was injured after a Knicks game, and giving him moral support. So good on you, Dad. Win. Who is your best dress and worst dress?
After this, we're gonna go worst. So
I'm gonna go 3 here. 3 guys. I love Kyrie's fits. I love the
So yeah, no,
sweatshirt
start
with the
best.
jacket.
No, start worst and then go best.
No,
Start-
he's
but
saying
I
his
got
top
three
three.
best.
His
Oh, your top three
good
best?
ones.
Okay, so top three best.
I got Kyrie, the sweater with the SBs on the low, and then
Okay.
like the jacket because it's nice. Subtitle flex.
Yeah.
And then I like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got a great,
Shai Gilgeous,
yeah,
great,
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
great
He dresses well.
wardrobe. And last guy that I like, I would say Braun. I think Braun does a
Braun
really good
is
job.
clean.
I
Braun
think
is
Braun
a
does
very
a really,
slept-on
really good
fit guy.
closet.
That's one of mine for
and
sure.
he never is too outlandish. Worst fit guy has got to be Kuzma for me.
Worst?
The
You
hair,
don't-
the hair
I
threw
mean,
me off.
is it like a consistent
Kuzma?
worst?
Bro, remember they were flaming him in the locker room the other day because of his hair. He had the worst
Lonzo said
backdrop.
something too after they played recently. Lonzo was like,
Oh yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know
no,
what
he
you're
wasn't.
thinking.
He wasn't messing with him. He was
Yeah.
not jacking.
And
him.
I don't like Kawhi's fits just because he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, the board man.
Yeah. You got New Balances on.
Yeah, come
Hooping
on
in New
now.
Balances.
Come
Come
on.
on. Come on now. All right, let's hear it.
You're
And
best and
Swaggy
worst
P. Shout out
dressed.
Swaggy P. He had
Swaggy.
Shout
great-
out Swaggy P.
He
Shout
had a
out
great,
Swaggy P.
great closet.
All right, I'm probably gonna give 3 too. One is obviously Braun because he keeps it like.
He can do it
Clean,
all.
so
He can
clean.
he's
And
versatile.
also,
clean.
how you pulling up to a game with a wine glass? Like that's
Oh,
just so
he's-
classy.
Braun
Like, I
is a
love that,
different
bro.
breed.
Like,
Yeah.
That
Different
completed the
breed.
fit for me. Another one might shock you guys is PJ Tucker. I like him.
Yeah,
Oh no,
Because
I
the
like
shoes,
PJ's
like
fits.
all the sneakers
He's
he
got
has.
every shoe you can imagine.
You could tie together any fit with a good pair of sneakers. I give him that, and of course Kelly Oubre.
Yep.
She's
Yes,
just
Kelly Oubre.
in his
is
workouts.
clean.
He's
I can
icy
agree with
wearing
that.
Supreme.
Oh
in his
yeah,
workout.
Supreme.
Like, come on now.
He's wearing
joggers.
Scully's
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
in
Scully's
workouts.
in the workouts. So now, who would you say is your worst dressed NBA player?
I hate Russell Westbrook. I like him as a player, but I just hate his fits. It's just like,
Yeah, no, he's
so
pretty ridiculous.
outlandish.
I'm not even,
like,
I can't even challenge that.
I may not be like as fashion knowledgeable as him, but I
no,
don't
he's
like
just
any of that.
he's drunk.
Crop
Pre-game.
tops and stuff. Like I'm off that. It's gotta go.
So yeah, that's our best, our league fits. When we got something in the works, and you guys will really get our opinions on the who's who of outfits and what's going on in fashion. But we're gonna move it over to some questions. Last week after episode 1, we posted on the You're Out of Pocket Instagram story. What do you guys want to hear about? What are your questions? What do you want us to talk about? And you guys gave us some great feedback. So we're going to start it off with Bennett Q. Ryan on Instagram.
My teammate.
Bennett asks, why did people think the Packers had a chance? And I'll start first because obviously myself
Wayne
and
can't
Nye,
even go on this one.
Yeah, Nye can't.
Unless you want to say
Wayne
why
can't
you
give his
think we
opinion.
had it.
Yeah.
But
So you guys go.
obviously, me and Nye, we had the Packers winning mainly just because of Aaron Rodgers.
Yup.
So to answer your question, that's why I thought they'd win. I thought Aaron Rodgers would do something. Just do anything.
Yeah.
I thought he would do just literally anything.
It was a
He was too
photocopied
safe.
game of the first game.
Yeah.
It was photocopy. Same stuff.
Yeah,
Same stuff.
The reason I thought it was going to be different is because, like, you know how everyone says, I know you guys both played sports, numerous sports, but everyone always says it's hard to beat a team twice.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, Aaron Rodgers, he's seen them before, he knows what to do, and it just I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it just didn't happen. Like, I mainly thought of it because of Aaron Rodgers. But
Right. So, to answer your question,
Sadly,
Bennett, we
that
thought
didn't
Aaron
happen.
Rodgers would be
Also
the reason.
magic.
And we thought that the dreaded seeing a team twice would haunt the 49ers. And
Shout out Bennett.
Raheem Mostert had different plans. Shout out Bennett, Ryan.
Trumbull, Connecticut.
Trumbull, Connecticut. Potential out-of-pocket guest will remains to be seen. We got another question, another sticker from J. Krug 182, James Krug, my boy. He said, Lamar Action Jackson and his incredibly bright future. Our thoughts on
Amazing
Lamar
future.
Jackson. So I think a lot of people may have it twisted about when I talk about Lamar. I don't think Lamar sucks. I don't think Lamar is like some terrible player who can't lead a team, who can't do anything, who'll never win a Super Bowl. I think Lamar is incredible. Every time I watch him, I'm like, oh my God, this guy's incredible. This guy's amazing. The spin move against the Bengals, I watched it like 10 times. He broke 2 guys. Like, Lamar's incredible. You know, it's like you can't tackle the guy. And he's only going to get better. He's 20. What is he? 23, 24 years old.
23. He's
only going to get better. And he's also going to win MVP this year. So he doesn't suck. He clearly doesn't suck.
Yeah.
I think the only area of his game that needs work is just his passing, and he's not even bad. I think just and for what it's worth, the Ravens wide receivers were just straight up dropping passes.
Yeah, they dropped
a lot of balls.
Passes.
They dropped a lot of balls that I think, had they catch them, changed the complete makeup of the game.
I think the fourth down calls were ridiculous, though.
Yeah, if you look at where the Ravens ended their drives, if they just kicked field goals instead, they win the game. So, but I think Lamar's got a really bright future. I think he's going to win MVP this year. I think he's going to be able to break the mold of that running quarterback that can't win a Super Bowl. I think he does win a Super Bowl sometime down the road. I think it's going to be him and Mahomes out of the AFC for the next 10, 12 years.
And Trevor Lawrence.
But I think Lamar obviously has a really bright future.
What do you think, Win?
I think Darren said everything I was going to say. I mean, Lamar Jackson, I'm not sold yet, honestly. Actually, I'm going to disagree a little bit. I'm not sold completely yet.
I like
He's
this.
This is his second year, right?
Yeah.
Second, but he only played half of last year.
Yeah.
I'm not sold yet because just he's not the accurate thrower. You need to be an accurate thrower. The legs, think about it. One injury, who knows what happens?
God forbid.
Yeah. And I don't wish injury, but I'm just saying one injury, you don't know what happens. Then you can't run. He's scared to run. I mean, you got to be a thrower. You got to be accurate.
That's your
quarterback.
job as the quarterback.
I would like to see him, put on a little more muscle this offseason maybe. If that's one thing. And
he did get bigger from last year.
He did. No, he did get bigger.
Obviously, he's conscious of that.
He's a crazy runner. That's obvious. But the throwing, he's got to figure out a little more. I mean, I think John Harbaugh did a great job scheming plays where he's just hitting tight ends, 8-yard pop, 7-yard pop, 6-yard pop,
making the easy throws for him.
And you know what he can do, actually? I'll give him a little credit. He's pretty accurate with the deep ball sometimes. You know what I mean? He hit Hollywood Brown a lot this season, but you know what? He's going to have to be a better thrower this next year and in the future to win big playoff games, because that's what it comes down to.
Yep. For me, one thing I noticed about Lamar is his rookie year, I think he was way worse at throwing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Made big strides.
What I'm excited for is his offseason work that he's going to put in to get even better at throwing and making those passes. So, like Darren said, like Wynn said, he has a bright future, but when this offseason is big for him.
Yeah.
He needs to. He said, I was watching an interview the other day. It was like, he said the ball felt weird in his hands last year. Like, he was getting used to throwing an NFL ball opposed to a college football. So, like, this offseason is definitely big for him. I think this is going to be, can propel him even better. I don't know how you could do that if you're at the MVP, but still make him even better as a thrower. But I think he's going to be amazing for sure.
So,
except for the skills challenge.
Yeah, except for that was.
So, I don't know what happened.
How many questions you got? A lot?
No, just a few more.
Oh. No, I meant like the account.
Oh yeah, no, and this is actually our last one. So our last question that was submitted to the Outta Pocket page was, where does James Harden rank in all-time shooting guards? And that's a really interesting question. That's a really interesting question that comes from Andrew Case, a fellow Monty guy. So I don't know where to stand with this, because I don't know what to think. I don't know what to make of James Harden, because like one game he'll score 40 and shoot like 15 for 20, and then the next game he'll score 40 and he'll shoot like 8 for 30. So, all right, if I were to rank shooting guards all time, obviously MJ number 1,
Kobe 2.
I think Kobe 2. I think D-Wade 3, and I think Harden 4. I waver on
Bleacher
Harden.
Report has the same thing.
I waver on Harden 3, or waver on Wade, Harden 3 and 4, because like Dwayne Wade couldn't score like James Harden can.
No,
not even close. Like,
but
Harden has mastered the step back. He's mastered the ability to manipulate the officiating to get calls to go his way. So I'd say James Harden is easily a top 5 shooting guard. Right now I'm going to sit him at 4, and it's tough to sit him at 4 because I do think he's a better scorer than Dwayne Wade, and I think he can long term have a better statistical career than Dwayne Wade. But obviously Dwayne Wade has the wins. Dwayne Wade led a team to a championship. With the assistance of Shaq, I won't downplay it, but in only his 3rd season. Obviously, after that point, they had some really, really, really shoddy years in Miami. But, excuse me, I'd say right now, MJ 1, Kobe 2, Dwayne Wade 3, James Harden 4. At 5, I don't know, probably like Rick Barry, one of those kind of like classic guys. Like, it's just to give respect
George Gervin,
to the old,
T-Mac.
just to give respect to the
Manu,
old guard.
even could be up there.
But yeah, that's who I would say is my top 5 right now. Win. How do you rank your shooting guards?
I wouldn't change the rankings, honestly. I mean, James Harden. I'll talk a little about James Harden. I think he's more of a combo guard, maybe. I mean, he's not the typical shooting guard. Typical shooting guard. If you think about a shooting guard, you're gonna think about Kobe Bryant or Michael. Honestly, what did they do? They posted up from the low block, found a way to score, turnarounds, mid-range game, great mid-range game. Harden doesn't really do the mid-range game. Jordan had the mid-range game. T-Mac had the mid-range game. Harden, he's shooting the hardest shot, the lowest percentage shot in basketball. A step back three from about a mile away. They should just make the 4-point line for just him and Luka at this point. But he's different, man. He's a scorer. He's a God-gifted scorer. 36 a game this year, 37 last year. I mean, these numbers haven't been put up since I think Jordan and Kobe had the last 35-point years.
Yeah,
I think
he's been struggling a little.
Yeah, I think he's injured right now, a shoulder injury. But
I think this is just kind of the law of averages.
Like
he was really hot for a while, and now I think it's kind of like balancing out.
Yeah, he'll get back.
I think you know,
Westbrook. Like you said, Westbrook.
As much as people want to downplay the 50-point games he had, I mean, last year he just had a crazy year with those 50-point games. But I don't know. He's special. He's special, Harden. It's a little bit of an oversaturation in basketball. A lot of too many points, too many threes. I mean, you watch an NBA game. My biggest pet peeve is just the threes. There's no great offenses anymore. The Spurs kind of faded away. I mean, what teams you guys think have like a great offense, moving the ball great?
Dallas.
But you can't even say Dallas because Luka it's a one-man show sometimes with him.
Yeah, but when he's not in the game, they do.
They have a great with DeLon Wright, Jalen Brunson.
They've scored without him, so I think you got to give him credit. Rick Carlisle runs a great offensive system. I'd say them. I'd say Milwaukee. I'd say, them, Milwaukee, and
if the Warriors were in this, obviously, that's like the best. Ball movement, swinging it, cutting, everything. That's just that's poetry in motion. Like it's beautiful watching them play.
Yeah. Now, do you have a top 5 shooting guards?
I'm gonna stick with you guys and go with that. Harden's definitely top 5.
Yeah, easily top 5.
I'm not gonna get into like specific rankings, but I agree with that pretty much.
But do you want to address the other questions or?
Let me see what questions I have from my account.
So Nye posted to his story as well. You can follow him at nye.allen.
No.
No. Excuse me. Follow him at Nye1Allen. He changed the handle. It's at Nye1Allen. That's NYJUAN Allen. Is there an underscore?
No underscore.
Just straight up Nye1Allen. Just his name. Just like the pro athletes, because he's a star. He'll be verified one day.
Follow Chris Wynn as well.
Follow at Chris Wynn.
What's yours, Chris?
Underscore.
He's got the Dexter, the sad boy Dexter Avi.
E-boy Dexter.
E-boy.
But Nye, what do you got for questions?
I got one from Dev Gold 96. I don't really know who that is, to be honest. No, I'm kidding. Shout out Devin Gold.
I hate Dev Gold 96.
West Windsor, Plainsboro. Where is he? South or north?
North.
We definitely should beat you guys in football, but we'll get back to that another time. His question is, do the players deserve to be punished for the Astros cheating scandal?
Absolutely.
100%.
I think the Astros should get hammered. I think all the players involved should get hit. I don't like Jose Altuve. Screw Jose Altuve. Aaron Judge got robbed of an MVP award. That makes no sense to me. How Aaron Judge can lead the AL in every statistical category besides batting average and strikeouts and lose the MVP makes no sense to me. He outperformed Jose Altuve in every single other statistical category besides 2 of them and didn't win MVP. I think they're all scum. The entire Houston Astros organization. I think the GM scum. Amen. He's a sexist. I think the Astros are cheaters. They're liars. They're frauds. And anybody who thinks otherwise is also a cheater and a liar and a fraud. I think the Red Sox are cheaters and liars too. That's why Alex Cora got fired. I hate Boston and I hate the Red Sox. And frankly, the Astros players should get suspended. They should be punished. The league needs to come down on them hard. Yeah. They won't. They'll end up giving them like a half season suspension. That's nothing. Suspend them a year. Make them to sit out and watch the entire season.
Create an example.
The Houston Astros should struggle. They should be punished. You can't be doing that. You can't imagine knowing the pitch. If I know the pitch before it's coming, all I have to look at is where it's coming from.
Yep.
That's the ultimate advantage in baseball. Like, screw that.
It's like MLB The Show when you guess the pitch.
Yeah, when you guess the pitch.
You're like,
when you guess the pitch, they show you where it's going. Your controller vibrates.
Yeah,
It's like pulsating on the screen, and you hit a bomb. Like, come on, you can't. They have to throw. Punish them.
I think especially when Chapman, if you know Chapman's throwing a fastball
Oh
or
my
a slider,
God.
if you know he's throwing a slider after throwing 100 at you, you're sitting back. Oh my God.
But yeah, punish the players.
That's a really good answer.
Heavily. Punish the players heavily.
Darren took it away. He
Darren
took the words out of my mouth.
We'll move on to the next question.
We got one from Will For Loco Milkowski. Shout out Will, man. Most underrated 21 player I've ever been on the table with.
He does jump when he shoots.
And he also throws up pretty much every game. But his question is, it's not really a question. He just goes, talk about the Barry Bonds Hall of Fame debate. What do you guys think about that?
Barry Bonds is a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
I don't understand. I get like the baseball purists and the traditionalists. This year he got, I think, 69% of the voting, which is up last year, but only 1%. Barry Bonds is literally, he's a Hall of Famer. I don't know how you can look at Barry Bonds, and he was a Hall of Famer before the steroids. Like, even if you want to say, oh, he took steroids. I don't care that he took steroids. Taking steroids doesn't make you a better baseball player. Doesn't make you stronger, whatever. Doesn't make you, doesn't help you recover from injury better. Okay, whatever. He's a 7-time MVP. He won the NL MVP award 7 times. There's guys who don't win it once.
4 times in a row.
He won it 7 times, 4 times in a row.
73 home runs.
73 home runs in a season, 14-time All-Star, 8-time Gold Glover, 2-time batting title guy. And let me just give you a list of just some of the batting averages that he had in his career.
370 1 year.
336, 370, 341, 362.
You don't see that.
303. Like, guys don't even hit like 250 anymore.
Yeah,
and he's out here.
All right,
hitting,
he had 250. It's not a bad year.
Bro, 370.
Put him in the 3-hole next year.
That means almost 40% of the time he was getting a hit. And
232 walks.
Yes, there was one.
Wouldn't they walk him with the bases loaded sometimes?
Yes, there was one season where his I think he could have he was walked so much where if he didn't even get a hit, his OPS would have still led the league. Either his OPS or his on-base percentage would have still led the league. That means he would if you took away all of his hits and only included his strikeouts and walks, he would have led the league in OBP and OPS. Like, I don't care about steroids. I really don't. Like, and it's not even like he was the only guy doing it. Pitchers did it first.
Sosa.
Like, for what it's worth,
yeah.
pitchers did it first. That's why hitters started juicing. So you can't put Barry Bonds at fault for being a hitter that was juicing and got caught, and just ignore the fact that there were other guys that were juicing beforehand. And if they're juicing and suck, you can't rag on a guy for juicing and being amazing. It's not like he was juicing and was average. He started taking steroids and was had the best statistical career ever.
Yeah.
Like, Barry Bonds Hall of Famer.
100%.
Yeah.
And we'll do one more. You want me to
we'll do one more question, and then we'll get into a quick. We'll hit quick with our next topic, but I really wanted to end on it before we get out of here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we got one more question from my boy Herschel Nanavatati from Syracuse. He goes, we should talk about like who's our favorite up and coming artist right now.
Ooh,
that's a good. We should do an episode.
Yeah, we're gonna focus an episode probably, or at least a segment on our up and coming artists. I'm gonna say my favorite kind of like quote low key up and coming,
maybe like an XXL freshman or something like that. Not like
I'm gonna give mine to Lil TJ. Wow. I love Lil TJ. I love
Grammys this weekend too.
He's just been consistent. Obviously, I mean, there's a ton to choose from, but Lil TJ just been my guy. He's a New Yorker. He's big in like, this is gonna be funny. He's big in the Fortnite community. Like, a lot of his songs are like a lot of like Fortnite YouTubers will use his music as like their montage songs. Yeah. So I think Lil TJ he's gonna be hot. I think he's already kind of hot. He's not quite at that level yet, I think, where it's like super mainstream, but he's really, really working it. He's only been getting better every single year.
That's my favorite part of like an artist, when they're not like super mainstream yet, but like there's a few
like
that know them and you know they're good.
Yep.
Like days before Rodeo Travis, I was like, yo, like he's about to blow up. Like, I can't wait for him to.
Yeah, I was bumping Days Before Rodeo every day in Sadler 301.
Those were the times.
He knew before everyone else did. Nah, who's your top?
We know this one.
We already know.
We know the answer, but I want to hear it.
Fresh?
Definitely Pop Smoke. That TikTok is hilarious, by the way.
Polo Boy on TikTok, if you want to see.
Meet the Woo 2 dropping February 7th. Definitely check out Pop Smoke if you haven't listened to him already. But I just like him because it's just like, I like that drill music. You know what I mean? Like that crazy beat. Like I don't like UK drill, but I like the beats that they have. Like I don't know. It's just something about his beat and his voice is just different from everyone else. Listen to the song PTSD if you haven't. Literally sounds just like 50 Cent. Like it's just crazy.
My dad said that in the car.
It's just wild, like how similar he is to a lot of old school rappers that I listen to. But definitely Pop Smoke. I like TJ as well, but Polo G, all those guys.
Yeah,
they're all. I hope everyone.
Yeah, I want to see them all.
They're the future, so hopefully they just stay out of jail and whatnot.
Said I'm never looking. Always puts it back in with the automatic. We go send them to heaven. Wait.
What about you, Win?
I'm gonna say Baby Keem.
Ooh.
Orange Soda's
I don't know who that is, but
Drake goaded him.
Drake, Drake, he got the Drake tag.
Yeah, once you get the Drake,
you got
the Drake
When you get the Drake tag,
check out Baby Keem if you haven't.
When you get the Drake co-sign, you're worth it. You're worth it.
I like that.
And I like Don Toliver's.
Yeah, he's
Don
good.
He's a good artist.
Jack Boys.
He carried Trav on that.
Horrible album or horrible whatever that
I don't even know. 4 or 5 songs.
Very mid. I do like Out West, but that's kind of it. Like even Sheck West's song, I thought it'd be more hype, but it's like,
Yo, don't sleep on Sheck West too. Sheck West.
Oh yeah, Sheck West is fire too. He's been
in the fashion world.
You know who I can't stand? New artist though, Lil Tecca. I'm sorry.
I don't like Tecca either.
I only like
his sound.
I hate Tecca.
I hate his sound. I don't like that. But
I just like Ransom. But we're gonna stay on music for our final topic of the day for the Outta Pocket podcast. We're going to talk about, recently I've seen on Twitter, and I don't know why, it's like the song came out weeks ago, but it's been more of a hot topic on Twitter recently. Better verse on Life is Good. Drake or Future? I'll let you guys start. I think I know where one of you is going to go, but who had the better verse? Win, we'll start with you. Who had the better verse on Life is Good, Drake or Future?
This isn't even a question, honestly. I think Future enshrined himself. He took Barry Bonds' spot for the MLB Hall of Fame with this verse. With this verse. When the beat switched up, I was in my room, 2 a.m., and I was like dancing. Lights off dancing.
Double cheeked up?
Whoa. Yo,
my bad.
Cut the cameras. Cut the
show. Cut the show. We'll see you guys next week.
It's my season.
I'm gonna say, you know what? You ever see that video with Harden when he's at the press conference and he said, pause. That's all I'm saying.
So, I was kidding.
All right, so Future, hands down. Not
Future
even close.
for you?
And What a Time to Be Alive too. That shit's gonna be fire.
Oh my god.
The first one was crazy too, but I think Drake had the better What a Time to Be Alive. He won that.
Digital Dash, bro.
Yeah, he had some crazy
disgusting.
You know what? Let Future do the hooks. Let him do a verse, and then Drake, you come in.
Yep.
Because if I read something online, Drake's been doing the first verse in this last Yes Indeed, this song. What's the song with Meek Mill that came out last year? Going Bad. He the last 4 or 5 songs he had a feature on, he's been going first. And I was like thinking about that. And you know what? That is true. When's the last time Drake kind of came in off a chorus?
Facts.
No, you're right. You're dead
right.
Facts.
Not till like back when he was like doing
Stay Scheming
the
days when he would go in.
Yeah.
He usually comes in first.
Yeah.
Never Recover.
Yep.
Yeah, Never Recover. Yeah.
But that's because you know why though? Because like I feel like artists pay Drake to just lay a verse down, and then they're like,
you know why?
We'll put him in anywhere.
And it's the kind of the. So what's it called when you want to hear the song again? Like replay value, kind of.
Yeah.
It's replay value. You hear Drake's verse
You
come
know you're
in,
gonna
you're
listen
like,
to it.
yo,
Exactly.
yo.
But-
Sicko Mode came in first
Exactly.
too. So
That's true.
nah, you go.
Nah, who had the better verse?
Darren's gonna be shocked about this because he knows I'm a high advocate for Drake, GOAT for sure. Shout out Ive Mello, but Future had a better
And
verse.
Kanal
bro.
Gamma.
Yeah, bro. Future had a better verse. Like think about it. Drake's verse was also shorter. It was like, and he has the hook, of course, but Future's more like of a party song. When that beat switched, same with Sicko Mode. Drake started with "Sun Is That," whatever. It's slow. It's like leading, and you're like, "What is it? Where's this going?" And the beat switches, and it's just like, "Oh wow!" Like, body that.
I think we expect so much out of Drake too.
Yeah.
Because
the bar's so high.
Think what he put up. He's got 5 albums where you're like, his body of work is just obscene.
Yeah.
You've never seen something like
Not
that.
at all.
Name an artist that has put on like 5 albums where you can listen to full
Straight through.
and you don't know which one's the best. Out
Yeah.
of them. So we're expected so much of Drake.
That
when he puts out something like that was kind of, I thought it was mediocre, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't even, that song was like a 6 to me,
yeah.
6 or
and
7.
And then Drake Future comes in, you're like, that in that video, that video was one of the best I've seen in a while.
Yeah, that was a good video.
When they're dancing in the Apple store, you got Yachty, you got 21 Savage in there. They got the XTV.
Don't know what they're doing, fixing phones. They don't know what they're doing.
Creative geniuses on both sides.
That's good, bro.
I'm gonna give this one to the king of misogyny himself, Mr. Future. And if not, that's not to slight Drake. I know many people like to think I'm a Drake hater. I'm not at all. I'm not.
I don't know.
I've just, there have been times in the past where people have told me that Drake put out the greatest thing ever, and I listened and I said, it's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give this one to Future. I think, it's kind of along what Nye was saying, where it's just more of like get more hype. You know, the beat switched. Drake had more of like kind of like the icon, a few more iconic intro, bars. Yeah. But Future was just going. Future ate the beat. Yeah, Future ate the beat. Well, you gotta listen. But Future ate the beat. I think he went off. And I think if you were to gun to my head, who do I think had the better verse? I gotta give this one to Future, and that's no slight to Drake. I think Drake is a great rapper. I think Drake's gonna go down as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, entertainer of all time. I think he's iconic. I think he's changed the game for a lot of people. But I think Future, if you gotta give him respect, credit where credit is due. I think Future got this one. But there will definitely be What a Time to Be Alive 2. I'm excited. So,
Darren, hear me out. Since we are out of pocket,
right?
And I'm gonna give your out of pocket person of the week.
Who's the out of pocket person?
I like this segment.
Nice.
Okay,
Who's
our out of pocket?
You're the most out of pocket of the week for me.
Okay.
Oh, Darren.
Shout out whoever didn't vote Derek Jeter unanimous. Shout out whoever did that.
Wow. Really?
You are. I'm a Mets fan too. You are the most out of pocket of the week. Whoever did that. I don't know your name.
Really?
I don't know who you do. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you were looking at. But you're out of pocket.
Yep.
Derek Jeter should have been unanimous. 99.7% captain, leader.
Honestly, I'm not even surprised that he wasn't unanimous.
3,000 plus hits. I mean, come on.
I mean, you know me. I'm a huge Yankee fan. I'm not even mad or I'm not even surprised he wasn't unanimous because. I mean, was he the? I mean, Mariano. Yeah, well, Mariano, is obviously the best closer of all time. Yeah. So him unanimous. Yeah, I can understand that. But some people will say, "Oh, Derek Jeter is not even a top 10 shortstop." Blah blah blah. So from that perspective, I'm not even mad at him being unanimous. Would I have loved to see him be unanimous? Absolutely. But nah, dude, to be that one guy.
Yeah, what do you?
You're out of pocket for that. I will say, exactly. I agree. You're out of pocket for being the one guy.
Out of 397.
For being that guy. To not say to say no. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
You're out of pocket. This has been Out of Pocket, episode 2. Thank you for listening.
Yep.
For any of you who tuned in, again, check us out on Spotify. Check us out on YouTube. Thanks for listening to episode 2 of the Out of Pocket podcast. It's been Darren Wallace, Chris Wynn, and Nywan Allen for another week of being out of pocket. Check us out next week. We got a Super Bowl preview for you guys. It's gonna be a great weekend. We got Syracuse Duke on the way. We got music on the way. We'll be talking some fashion. We'll be looking at the Oscars, who we think should win or should have won, and who should not win. And we're gonna get into some movies and potentially hit on some Netflix shows that have recently dropped. So again, Darren Wallace, Chris Wynn, Nywan Allen, you're out of pocket. Thanks for listening.
Peace out.